Anybody out there? Give me a thumbs up if you're out there. A little bit too much. There we go. Can you see me now? Hello. Hey, B. How you doing? Hi, Travis. Man, what a delay. I'm gonna have to turn this volume down. Throwing me off here. Well, better hanging in there than hanging. That wouldn't be good. Eat my nightly cookies. I'll tell you what, guys. Working at the shop all day and then going into the news shop in the evenings, I'm putting about 12 to 14 hour days in. And it's starting to wear on me. Well, we have 10 people watching. Who's out there? Jump on into chat, guys. Gold Star Chili, I haven't had that in a long time. Who's that? Well, enjoy your meal. I appreciate you stopping in. I wouldn't know. He can't get on my TV. I don't have cable. Thank you, Julio. I appreciate that. Hey, Grego. Well, I started on, what is that? Southern Stride, putting a roof on it today. After I got done, I went into the shop, the new shop, and started working. I grabbed a 16-foot 2x6 so I could put that header up between the showroom and the shop. Wore me out, climbing up and down that ladder so many dang times. Hi, Mom. Well, it took me 3.5 hours to put one 16-foot 2x6 up, a header over where the door goes to the office, and one support. Climbing up and down that ladder is rough. And about 5 o'clock, Dad come in, and he said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I said, "Well, I'm putting the outer skin on that 72. He said, "You sure you don't want to go to Bell Fountain?" I said, "Okay, what's in Bell Fountain?" He said, "I bought a lift. That way you can get up there and do this stuff easier." Blew my mind. So, yeah, I went and dumped the wood out of the dump trailer tonight, and tomorrow morning I'm going to go pick up a lift. So I'm done at the old shop for the week. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to hammer out. We got the sheet metal coming in for the roof, for the ceiling, I guess you'd say, of the showroom wall, and all that stuff. Hi, Dan. And yeah, I'm going to be hammered out all weekend on that. I have to have everything ready for Monday when the sheet metal comes in. And there is a lot of work to do. I was going to ask if anybody's local and you want to lend a hand this weekend. I'd much appreciate it. I've got 2 people so far coming in. One used to work for me years ago, and his little brother will be in. I'm going to pull all the ceiling tiles and the grid and all that stuff. Awesome, Travis. I'll probably be there by 7:30, 8 o'clock Saturday. And get all that stuff out of the way. I still got to get all that nasty paneling off the showroom wall. Find out what kind of repairs I got to do to the studs behind it. Hi, Randy. I didn't follow the can't what for the new shop. Amen. I appreciate that, Grego. Oh, tell me about it. I'm whooped. Oh, I can't wait either, buddy. I'm getting very excited. Very excited. It's been a blessing from the beginning because there ain't no way I could have done this on my own. God found a way, and He has provided everything I've needed so far to get it where it's at. I'm hoping within the next 2, maybe 3 weeks, I'll be able to have the inspection on the building, and once the inspection's done, I should be able to start moving in. I got a buddy that's an electrician at a well-known electric company. He's going to come in and do my lights and my welder plugs and all that stuff for me. Another buddy owns a plumbing company. He's coming in a little here and there, getting stuff set up for me. Hey, David. I haven't had a vacation in, oh my goodness. I think the last vacation, I went to Florida and picked up the Fury from my sister's house. What was that, 5 or 6 years ago? Other than that, the last vacation would have been North Carolina. I'm thinking that was like 8 or 9 years ago. Getting in this building's been, by the time I get in there, I'm half worn out. And I get in there and I'm looking at all the mess. I mean, guys, I'm telling you, that building is 60 by 100. And then the showroom is 48 by 24. I had a blockage of just garbage in the middle of the shop, 20 foot wide. I'm going to say at least 40 to 45 foot long, 6 foot high. I need some rest, but I think that'll come when the Lord takes me home. Even when I go to sleep, I don't sleep. I'm always thinking about what I need to get done in the shop on customer stuff and what I need to get done on the new shop to get it ready for customer stuff. And it's wearing on me. When I was sick last weekend, I took a day or so off, and that helped a bunch. I'm still not 100% over it, but it is a lot better. Seems like early morning and late at night is when I have the roughest time. But all the mold's out of the building now. All the nasty dirt dust and all that stuff's gone. I filled one dumpster up. All the drywall was small. I dumped it in there and drove over it with the skid loader to crush it down so it's nice and packed. And then I put more on there, drive over it, pack it down. And I kept doing that until that 18-yard dumpster was full. But of course, always got to have my cookies. Yeah, my brain never stops. I'll tell you guys, doing these lives is really weird because I'm not used to watching myself. She does once in a while. But when she makes them, I usually eat them all right away. She'll make a cake. I like cake, but I don't like a lot of it. I'll eat, I don't know, maybe half a slab the first night. And then I usually back off. I don't like eating a whole lot of it day after day. What's a keto? Gotta lean my laptop up. It's right in the middle of my bifocal line. No, I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, one of the guys that's going to be coming in to help, he'll be there probably about noon. I should be able to make it over to Bellefontaine and get that loaded up and back by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then I got to get it unloaded. I'm using the dump trailer to go get it. Other than that, I'll probably grab a snack or something and then get right to work. I like oatmeal cookies. My favorite are the Reese's. Got some pretty interesting news yesterday. This Sunday's the last day for McDonald's in Sydney. I guess they're going to rip it down and build a new one. I was hoping they'd put another gas station. I'd rather have another gas station than a McDonald's. We only have 4 of them in that area. But I saved my shop from being a McDonald's. They was gonna rip that building down that I just bought and put a McDonald's in there. And that would have ruined the value of my house because you'd have seen the golden arches right out our back window. Yeah, he knows. He come through there with a prospective buyer, and the buyer come up to me and asked me, "Hey, if I buy this, are you going to continue to rent off of me?" And I said, "Nope. Even if I hadn't bought this place, I wouldn't continue." I'm done with that old building. I'd rather have this building. It is solid. I mean, everything, structurally, everything's solid. It just needed that roof repaired right away and get rid of all the after effects from that roof. Definitely. Yeah, it was like, I can't remember. I measured it out. I'm thinking it was like 2,300, 2,600 square foot. So I'm definitely more than doubling, almost tripling my space. And Tanya's going to come to work now. It is definitely a godsend because I was told that property was already sold to McDonald's. Uh, I gave up even looking at it. And Jane, even though she don't come into chat no more or anything like that, she's the one that said, "Hey, did you know that building's up for sale?" Well, she said available. And I happened to be right down the road from it, so I drove by and it said for sale. So I called my realtor, same one I've bought a couple houses through already, and told him set it up. So Jane's the one that pointed it out that it was available again. I would have seen it because it's right in my backyard, but I'm glad she pointed it out because I called the same day the sign went up. Honestly, I've been looking for the toad and I cannot find him anywhere. When I pull my grading up out of that pit and my channel that I put in, I'm going to look for him. I'll bring him. I got a big heart covering up the chat. I can't see half the chat. I don't know why that's on there. But yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to leave the house probably 7 o'clock and head over there. I only get that heart once in a while. I don't know why. It don't make sense to me. And you know how you do the little emoji things? Click on that little smiley face. If I click on it, it gives me this much emojis, like one or maybe two lines. And I try to scroll down and it goes way past what I want. I don't understand that. But yeah, I'm hoping to be over there about 8-ish, 8:30. And I'm going to let them load it up with the forklift onto the dump trailer. And then when I get back to the shop, I'll have to put boards on the ramps because, you know, them wheels are only that big around. They'll go down in between the angle irons. But I'll tilt it up a little bit and drive it off and it'll be ready to go. They picked up the first dumpster today and dropped off the second dumpster. I'm hoping I'll be done with it by the end of the weekend. I'm not throwing scrap wood and all that in that dumpster because I got the dump trailer. I take it out to a buddy's landscape and he burns it. I don't want to pay for something I can have done free. Yeah, the video I took today will be tomorrow night. I've just had so much going on today that I didn't have time to get it uploaded for tonight, which I've told you guys before, when I video the same day that it goes up, it's a rush and I've been busy. So it didn't go up quite in time, which tomorrow night's going to be an hour and 50 minutes long. Nah, I'm going to keep the Cadillac. I'd much rather keep the Caddy. Awesome. I appreciate that, Grego. I want to build a vehicle from scratch. I want to start with the engine, tranny, rear end, and front suspension, and I want to build everything in between. Yeah, me too. The problem with me is I don't really have time to sit down and watch a few of them. There's a guy that I watch. What was his name? Andrew Camarada or something like that. But he put out a 6 hour video one time, and it took me at least 3 or 4 days to watch that. I just did a 59 Apache, I think 3 years ago, 4 years ago. That truck is now setting on 24s, LS7 in it, 4L80E. Uh, Airbag rocker panels touch the ground when it's aired out. That's a sweet ride. All I did was the body work and paint and all that. And then when he got it, he did the drivetrain. That one is a couple miles from Gas Monkey Garage, in fact. Second vehicle I did for the same guy. And then I did the 73 RS Camaro for one of the guys in his town about 5 miles away. I've done several of them for people in that vicinity. Was a 57 F100 I did for a guy down in south part of Texas. I always remember it when I hear it, but hi, Wild Bill. So yeah, I might do a members live at some point during the weekend while I'm working on that building and get all of us on there that's in there helping whoever shows up to help. Dirty engine. I like the diesels, but they're expensive to work on. Have a good evening, Dan. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. I appreciate it. You didn't buy the one you sent me on Messenger? Hi, Gary. Hey, Brent, do you remember the yellow and white K30 I had? What all you got, Bill? I have to write them down. I keep forgetting what I got. Uh, I don't have any masks at this shop. I've been wearing the COVID masks, those cloth ones, or a bandana or something like that. But pretty much all of the nasty stuff's gone. '65 F100. I think the one I did was either 65 or a 67. I can't remember. No, no, no. That was a 57. Yeah, that was a 57 I did for him because I did the 57 King Ranch wagon for the same guy. Right? Yeah, pretty much all the mold's gone now. I'm going to spray all the 2x4s down before I start covering them up with the mold encapsulator stuff. Pretty much all of it's gone. There's still a little bit of discoloration. I think it's more rot than anything. Hey, Doug, it's coming along. You working on the baby stroller tomorrow? Saturday? Thank you, Randy. Yeah, I need to get back on that. And now I think I know who's going to be painting it. I know the painting is not my forte. It's the fabrication and stuff like that. Oh yeah, the Ram Charger, we had to three-wheel it and push the rear axle back in. That was a mean trail rig. It sat down there in that creek bottom for 4 years, I think. And then when he sold the property, I had to go get it out of there. Stuck a battery in it, fired it right up. Sat in the creek bottom all that time. Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Looked pretty cool on that video tonight. Yeah, when that Ram Charger got left there, that was, what, 2 days before you left for the Air Force. How long has that been now? He went to Air Force basic training with a black eye due to that trip. Remember that? We was in the back of a truck. Well, she knows now. She's watching. Yeah, that was a good one. What'd we have? 3 or 4 people in the back of that truck climbing up out of that hill? And Rusty had like this. It was a 79 F-150 or something like that. They was all picking on me because a Ford had to come to my rescue. But all it did was carried us out. The Ram Charger came out on its own 4 years later. took a floor jack, shoved the axle back in, and drove her out. And sold it for more than I paid for it to begin with, before all the trail riding. You couldn't kill that motor. It was 360, I believe. 318, 360, something like that. Well, the new shop is, it's coming. It's pretty slow working on it by myself. Oh, Mom, you would have loved it. When we had the little Jeep, what was that, Comanche truck? We took that thing in an area that only one other person ever went through, and it was named after him, called Dallas's Crack. It was a ravine about 8 foot wide and about 30 foot deep. And that little Comanche would crawl all over that thing. I know, but up until this point, Travis, I didn't want anybody in there with the mold. Now that I got it out of there, yeah, all the help is appreciated. I wanted to handle that on my own. I didn't want to get it too stirred up. And if anybody got sick, I'd have never felt good about that. I mean, I think a lot of that was what I was having. Between the dust and the mold, and I'd have felt horrible if anybody else would have went through the same thing I did. Knowing it was helping me. So I wanted to get that out. I've had my dad and a couple other people wanting to come in and help, and I couldn't do it. I had to get it out before anybody got sick. It's all good in there now. Everything that's there is just dry wood that's been rotting over the years. The drywall was 99% on, or the mold was 99% on the drywall, so all that's gone. Right? And I didn't stop. I might have missed a day or two, but I didn't stop. Mine is not. The carburetor is toast. When I get a chance, I'm either Rob's going to come over and pull the carb off and rebuild it, or I'll pull it off and I'm going to look it up and try to find another one. If I can't find another one, I'm yanking it out. I'm going to go to Hobo Freight and I'm going to get a Predator engine for it, and it's going to get repowered. Yeah, there was no asbestos in the building at all. Yeah, the mold was pretty nasty. I wore a mask when I could. I didn't some of the time because I can't see. It just fogged my glasses up so bad. I took my glasses off for a little bit so I could continue to work. I couldn't see what I was doing. Got chunks of junk in my eye. So I said, nope, not doing it. I went over and kicked back and relaxed. Finished about half a cup of coffee and went back to it. Yeah, I went out and grabbed Dad's skid loader, and that's helped a bunch. His is about half the size of mine, which actually is perfect size. I thought about selling mine, getting a little 530 like his. They just fit places better. Nope. The plumbing is trash. I had the water turned on, 3 weeks ago. I didn't know it was on. Come to find out, the valve from the road going into the backflow meter was frozen busted. Turned the knob to turn the water onto the shop, and it doused me. I got a buddy that owns a plumbing company, and he come in today and started running some new plumbing for it, and drops where I want spigots, and he's helping me out on that a bunch. He's doing that little here and a little there. That way it don't cost me an arm and a leg, because I'll tell you, nothing on this is cheap. Just the sheet metal for the roof. Well, the sheet metal was only, $1,900. But by the time I got by the time all the trim and J-channels and the screws and delivery, it was up to $2,500 already, which is still an amazing deal. Because I was finding used stuff, not near as much of it, for $1,700 on Marketplace. But yeah, I got a buddy that works at an electric company here in town. He's doing my electric for me. Buddy with a plumber, owns a plumbing company. He's doing that. And then, yeah, it's moving. It's hard to believe I've had, 20 days now, I think? Something like that. And I've been in there every day but one. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Good to see you in here. Hi, Tylee. Yes, it's live.
Can you hand me the apple?
No, you go get it. This way. You scared to be on TV or what?
Have you seen me?
Uh,
I'm really sick.
yeah, they dropped the new dumpster out in front of the building tonight, and we're supposed to get 100% rain tomorrow and Saturday. So yeah, that's gonna be fun loading.
Can you hand me that? Don't hand me like that either.
I'm not saying none. Ramon Brent's on here.
Oh, hi.
Say it louder.
Uh-uh.
Did you hear, Tylee? They want you to come over and say hello.
But I am sick.
Just pop your head in front of the camera. Here, I'll just help.
I need a shower. Any other time, sure, but not now.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll never come down that date again.
Well, once I open the new shop up, I'm going to do them over there.
Over there.
So you'll have to go over there.
I'm not going over there. I'm not leaving the house.
Awesome. I never shot a Iwata. I use SATA right now. I've seen a lot of Iwatas on Marketplace for sale.
Yep.
And kept wanting to try one, but breaking that money out for something you're not sure if you're going to like or not is it's tough for me. When I got the SATA, that was a little different. Jimmy said, "Hey, I just got a new gun in." He said, the guy that he got it from buys a new gun every 6 months and he trades his old one in. He sent it back. They went through everything, said everything was good to go. And he brought it up to me and had me spray through it a few times. And if I liked it, bought it. If not, give it back. And I fell in love with it. I've had Binks and DeVilvis and Finish Line, Starting Line. I've had a bunch of them. In fact, I've got a couple old guns hanging on my office wall at the old shop right now, just for decoration. They're so outdated, it wouldn't be worth getting them out again. I don't even think I have all the parts to them. I had 2 Binks and a DeVilvis burn up in paint booth fire. And I swore I'd never buy another expensive gun. I'd go to Odd Lots and buy them. That was before Hobo Freight come around. I'd go through about a gun a year. But Jimmy talked me into this one. I love it. Hi, David. Thank you. Yeah, we don't have the riffraff that we have on Saturday nights. I like that. Already got the paint room built. It's the guy that was renting a building built an office, and it's going to be perfect for the paint room. I got a stainless tray I'm going to use for the mix table. I'm going to lag my shaker down. In small places, honestly, the small guns, the little touch-up guns, I've had really good luck out of the ones down at Hobo Freight. They've done great. The last time, well, when I did that patina truck, I didn't clean it. It ain't worth spending the time to go through and get it clean. So I need another one. I'll just go pick another one up. Yep, it's right in the corner. The lobby that was added on to the outside of that, it's all coming down. That's going to give a lot more room to turn into the paint booth. Now I want to set that up to where if we need to, okay, say like my crew cab, it won't fit in that 24 foot and have room to walk around it and paint and all that. I want to set it up to where we got temporary walls we can stick up there for something that's longer. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good about the Black Widow guns. And I'm thinking that's what Derek uses on Vice Grip Garage. I need to, I've got one of them great big sprayers that you can put the hose down in a 5-gallon bucket. I need to go through and clean that up real good and get it going, because I want to paint this shop up. It's dingy. I don't like gray. Figure buy 5 gallons at a time and go around and paint as much as you can with that. And then go get 5 gallons more later. eventually the whole shop will be white. Then I got a buddy that owns a concrete business, and there's a floor drain that goes one end to the other of the main shop. I want to take that out, fill it full of concrete. Very rarely do I need a drain in the shop. When I pressure wash, squeegee it outside. I might leave one grate or something to that nature, but for the most part, I don't need a drain 100 foot long. So I'm going to talk to him about doing that for me. There's still a lot to do to this place, but right now I need to get the office and showroom area buttoned up. Oh, and Eric did come back today, got up on the roof and found out what the leak was, and it was up on the shingled part. It was coming in and running underneath the shingles, and that's how it came in. So he fixed that for me. He said, we're going to be getting a lot of rain this weekend. Keep an eye on it and make sure it don't do it again. But those shingles are old up there. Talking with him down the road, I plan on having the rest of it roofed too. But right now, 20 grand just for the showroom, you know, that's not cheap. Yeah, the paint booth will be as big as I can go with the space in that area. But I got an overhead door there too that I got to take in consideration. Like I said, the bigger jobs, okay, say I got a bed and a cab and fenders and doors and everything all set out. If I need more room, I want to have temporary walls that I can just move up there to make it bigger. Yeah, so tomorrow morning, I've already got the dump trailer hooked up. I took it out and dumped all the wood out of it that I had in it, which wasn't a full load, but I needed the dump trailer to go get this genie lift thing, whatever it is. Go over there and get that, get back, and it's going to be a solid 3 days of work. But I think by Monday I should have the rest of this took out that I need taken out, and hopefully be ready to start going back together, because the sheet metal will be there Monday. I figure probably Monday evening I start hanging the sheet tin. I've got a lot done, but when you're doing it by yourself, it seems like forever. I think I've had the place 20 days now, and it feels like I've had it 6 months. All the work I've put into it. I've also got to have a locksmith come in and change the locks on the doors. I don't know who's got keys to the building. I want to make sure that's taken care of. Yeah, tonight I didn't even get home till after 7. Tanya made me fried egg sandwiches and on toast, and I downed a cup of coffee. Then this went live, so. Now, tomorrow night's video, like I said, is an hour and 50 minutes long. Well, come on in. You and Tylee, I tell you. Both of you are like, no.
We don't need to be seen.
Well, I told her, I said, once I get it opened up in the shop over there, I'm going to do them over there. She goes, oh, good, that'll be over there. I said, no, you're going over there too.
Oh, yeah.
I ate a couple cookies now.
Did you?
Yeah.
You want cake?
You made cake?
Yeah, I did.
Ew, strawberry. No,
Strawberry
thank you.
cake. So
Oh,
good.
and it's been in the fridge too.
Yeah. Pretty good. Oh, you put the dog in there?
He was in there, didn't want to come out, so I just shut him in.
Gotcha. Oh, he seems pretty happy.
The ornery cat kept trying to turn my computer off.
Ah.
Hey, David said he'll take a piece.
Okay. All right.
It's cold strawberry cake.
That's delicious. Strawberry cake, cold strawberry cake. Like ice box.
Well, you know how I am. I don't like anything cold.
Well, I had to chill this.
The only thing I like cold is
Your Sprites. Oh. There's some new baked cookies.
you bought more?
Yeah, you can eat the dough.
Do I?
You can eat the dough or cook it.
Oh,
Like cookie dough.
okay.
Yeah. It's not bad. Tell everybody hi.
Did you hear?
Oh, they can hear me.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Yeah,
Everybody.
Mom's in there. I don't know if she's still there. Brent was in there.
Oh, nice.
Brian Carlson was in there.
Oh. So that's everybody, right?
Huh?
That's everybody, right?
Yeah. This is public.
Yeah.
And I don't have the riffraff that I have on Saturdays.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Get ready for battle. Love ya. Holler at me when you're good.
Okay. Hi, Gary. Yeah, there's sometimes where I'll do everything separated and do it all at one time. But being by myself, it's a little harder to assemble and not get scratches. When Eric was at the shop, we'd do the jams, bolt everything together, or spray everything at the same time, and then bolt it all together, and then start assembling all the trim and all that stuff. I don't know if it's shortcake or not. I think it's that Jello cake. Mix Jello in with the cake stuff or something. I'm not a fan of that stuff. If it's cake, it's got to be German chocolate with either more chocolate for icing or coconut icing, something to that nature. I love that. Not a big fan of vanilla. I do eat it. I do eat it, but chocolate is my go-to. Well, I'm hoping by Saturday I should be ready to get all the ceiling tiles down and all the grid and all that stuff. And all that, man, they got 1.5 by 1 slats every foot across that whole showroom.
They might be staring at you, to-do list, and laundry and dishes, and that one skillet that's still crusty. Ignore all that. This music to help you worse.
And she makes a lot of the chocolate for me, and then she'll make all kinds of snacks and stuff, which I don't turn down very many snacks. But this right here is my go-to over strawberry. I'm hoping to hit a few shows this year. Main focus, I gotta get this shop up and going, making money. Not a cheap endeavor, that's for sure. Well, I hope it don't bother you that I smoke. One of my paint reps quit smoking in October. I think he's 59 now. Smoked all his adult life, and that's awesome. I'm glad to hear it. How many people we got in here tonight? Only shows 13 people watching. Awesome. Yeah, I quit for 3 years. Like a fool, I picked them back up. Wish I'd have never done it, because now it's 4 times as hard to quit. I come close. What was it, last January? I was down to like 2, maybe 3 cigarettes a day. When you're going from 2 to 3 packs a day down to 2 or 3 cigarettes a day, that's a big feat. Now I was close, and then a lot of stuff happened last year, which a lot of you that's been around for a long time know a lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Well, then you was smoking the wrong cigarettes. Me and Tanya smoke at least a pack and a half a day each. And we go through $23 a month. Gotta roll them. I got on that Jungle website and bought me a power roller. I can roll a carton in an hour while I'm sitting there watching YouTube. No, I didn't. I went and got my dad's skid loader. The battery I put in it wouldn't hold a charge. I put another battery in it. I couldn't get it to hold a charge, so I left it on the charger overnight, and tonight it fired right up 4 or 5 times. So I'm thinking it was just too dead to take a charge yesterday. I got to get it in the top of my garage and grab the air compressor out of the attic, take it over there because one of the tires keeps going flat. But man, has that thing been a blessing. I put a little ramp going up into that dumpster, and I put my bucket on it, so it looks kind of funny, but my 5-foot wide bucket, drive it up in there, dump, and pack it down. Get another scoop, dump, pack it down. That dumpster he picked up today was heavy. Yeah, it was real heavy. I was impressed how much I got into that dumpster by doing that. I've probably got a pile 20 foot in diameter, 4 foot tall left of stuff that's already ripped down. I still got the ceiling stuff to get out and a few odds and ends here and there to go, but yeah, it was a ton of sheetrock. That skid loader, just that skid of the bigger pieces that I was stacking up, his skid loader wouldn't pick it up. I got it to slide, but that was about it. Mine, it would have probably picked it up no problem, but I think his is rated at 800 pounds, 600 pounds, something like that. Mine's rated at 1,500 pounds. And I have had 2,000 pounds on them forks. Now, the Gill I had, Gill 4400, that one, I could pick up a car with it. But I had so much trouble with it, and it had a Ford engine in it, and I was done with it. I do not know anything about Ford engines. Got tired of fighting with it. The ear broke off of the block for the starter. Didn't fix it, but I fixed it to where the starter would work in it. And then about a week later, the starter burned up. Can't get a starter for it, period. I have gone through all the Gill pages on Facebook and looking through old mechanics books and stuff like that. And every one of them had a part number that was no longer available. I actually ordered high bay lights for the shop. They're all 110. Dad put some in his shop. My electrician said that's all he's putting into these new businesses that he's putting up. And yeah, he said they're going to really brighten it up. I'm going to put the LED strip lights that I got in the booth. That way I can have down low, probably a foot off the ground. Another row, I don't know, about head high, and then in the middle of the ceiling. Yeah, I tapped on it and got it unstuck. I moved it over. I moved it around a couple times. It did good. I brought it back, put the counterweight back on it, went over, hooked the bucket back up, and it died again, and now it won't start at all. So, yeah. I'm just going to Rob's either going to pull the carburetor off of it, or I will, and he'll either rebuild the carb for me, or I'll try to find a reman for it, something. But like I said earlier in the chat, if I can't get it going pretty quick, I'm just going to buy a Predator motor for it and swap it out. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I got a heart in the way. I don't know yet. I've got to get the carburetor off of it and get some numbers off of it. Once I get the numbers off of it, I'll find out about a carb kit. But honestly, I'm thinking it's just because it's set for 8 months, not running. I bet it's shellacked up inside, just needs a good cleaning. Mike's Carb. Is that up in Ontario? I'll do that. I honestly thought about pulling the carburetor off my man lift put on it, but I'm going to have to get it fired up to load it up on the trailer. I got to raise the boom up and then winch it up on the trailer to get it into the new shop. And I don't want it in there just yet. Man, my throat's drying out. This is the only time I drink pop, late at night. And you can see it's right there. I'll probably drink that pop for 2 days, 3 days. Do you have a carb kit, Gary? Now, those VH4D Wisconsin engines are good engines when they run good. In Washington. It's probably going to be about a week or so before I have time to mess with it, but when I check, I'll get a hold of you. I'd like to get somebody that knows wiring and get that man lift going. Spring's coming up. I'd like to get this tree out of here and then probably sell that thing. That tree's leaving a bunch of little berry things all over the deck, and dogs track it in, we track it in.
Tickets to see that song live in person.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here for the night. I appreciate everybody coming in. I'm going to go kick back in my chair for a little bit and hit sack. Oh, I'm going to try to upload the work I did at the new shop, and hopefully it don't take too awful long, but it should go up later tonight. Nice. I did that a year or so, maybe 2 years ago now. Went down and bought a whole bunch of a closed out auto parts store. Yeah, I'm going to try. Even if I stare at the ceiling, I'm going to try. What are you doing this weekend, Brent? Well, But guys, I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go kick back and work some more editing. Well, not really editing because I don't edit none of the members' stuff. It's straight off the camera. So, yeah. That's awesome. I'll have definitely keep that in mind. Because I need an exhaust manifold. Indianapolis? What are you going there for? Yeah, I need an exhaust manifold. I thought it was just the gasket blowed out. Got my light up in there. There's a chunk about 1/4 inch thick gone. It's not even there. So I'll probably be needing an exhaust manifold. Ah, okay. I'll definitely do that. Odessa, Texas. It's what, about 85 degrees down there today? All right, guys, I gotta get off here. Have a good evening. And thank you, and God bless.